Okay, this is our first video notes for chemistry, and we're going to be studying what is chemistry. So make sure that you take notes as you watch the video, and then don't forget to go back to Edmodo and take the video quiz. Okay, so what is chemistry? So the first thing that we have to talk about is what is matter. And matter is the stuff that all things are made of. So all the little parts that make up anything is matter. And so chemistry is the study of matter, so the study of those parts, and the changes in the energy and the composition. Composition is a big fancy word for makeup, that take place with that matter. So it's studying the changes in the energy, so how much energy those parts have, and also the combination of those parts, how that changes within different types of matter. The word chemistry originates from the word alchemy. And alchemy, it was a precursor to chemistry, so it was kind of like the before chemistry. And it studied the transformation of matter. So what it really studied was trying to change one substance into another substance, like changing lead into gold, for example. So if you think of the fairy tale Rumpelstiltskin, that is really talking about alchemy, where it's talking about spinning the straw into gold. And so doing this, obviously we can't change straw into gold, was unsuccessful. But by attempting to do this, alchemists made a lot of important observations that helped with chemistry. So as they were studying, trying to figure out how do we change lead into gold, they made a bunch of observations that were very helpful later on. So if we're looking at Google.com, Google defines a chemical as an adjective, and it's saying of or relating to chemistry. And so something that is relating to chemistry, or the interactions of substances as studied in chemistry. So how different substances react, what happens when we combine different substances together. So what is a chemical? So look at all the pictures of the things on the screen. And I want you to think about which one or ones you think are chemicals. Okay, so we have water, we have milk, we have what looks like a bunch of cleaning products. We have some different beakers with some different substances in it. We have soap. Everything that you see here is a chemical. So even water, which we don't think of as a chemical, is a chemical. So some examples of the branches of chemistry. There's biochemistry, which is the study of interactions of matter within living organisms. There's chemical engineering, which is when they study and use chemistry to solve problems. There's environmental chemistry, which is concerned with how how we impact soil, air, and water, and associated ecosystems based on the things we do. So by cutting down trees, what happens? By having a power plant in a certain location, how does that impact things? So that's environmental chemistry. There's food chemistry, which deals with the chemistry of food, and it looks at production, processing, distribution, preparation, evaluation, and utilization of food. So how long is something going to be sitting on the shelf? How long can it sit on the shelf? What kind of packaging will make it last longer? There's also organic chemistry, which is the study of matter that contains carbon. And carbon is an essential element for living organisms. So it's studying anything that contains carbon. So why should we study chemistry? What's the point? For curiosity's sake, it helps us understand our world, food, to understand what we're putting in our bodies, what we need to be putting in our bodies, what the effect of putting certain chemicals in our bodies has on us. It has to do with clothing, so different types of materials, how they perform. So if you look at pajamas for little children, they're all going to say that they are flame retardant or inflammable because that is a safety requirement that's been put on. So there are certain chemicals that are put into the fabric of pajamas for children to make them that way. Fuel, okay, how we heat our house, how our car, what we put in our cars to make it run, how we can improve those things, make it more efficient. Water treatment, so how we purify our drinking water. Medicine, what medicines work to cure what diseases. For cooking, in cooking and baking, you use chemistry. If you've ever mixed up baking soda and baking powder, you know that they have very different outcomes if you put the wrong thing in what you're cooking. Fire safety. Different fires respond to different chemicals. So, there are some types of fire that if you pour water on it, it makes it flare up. So you need to know that. And many other reasons. Life relies on chemistry.